Broadcasting. Live. From the chicken wing capital of the world, Buffalo, New York. You're listening to the Marketing Above All podcast. Your source for all things, marketing and total world domination. This is Marketing Above All, and this is your host, Michael Tasner.
Hey there, I hope you're having a great day. Lots of fun stuff to go over for today. As always, I'm going to throw the fire at you with one key marketing tactic, tool, tip, technique, strategy, so that you can pick and choose as you go through these episodes and shows which ones you want to grab to help grow your business and improve your life. So, first off, thank you for all the great comments from the first episode. I know that while tracking sounds really simple, I wanted to break it down so that you can take some action. This whole show, and the only reason that I'm doing this is to deliver value so you take action. Otherwise, I'm just a talking head. Had a few comments that said basically something to the extent of, show me the money. And that's almost always the number one question that I get asked by local businesses. It's, what can I do now to grow my business? And unfortunately, a lot of times when I get engaged or my team gets engaged in helping, I don't want to say that it's too late, because often it's not too late. But usually I'm not getting involved when things are going insanely well. Because when things are going insanely well, that's actually when you should be continuing to put 2 feet on the gas, but that's not often how you think. So while things are going well, why would I change anything? But there's a little exercise that I like to do in my head, and it's, how can I put myself out of business today? And if I'm doing that, I'm always staying on my feet and on my A game. But that's not the topic for today. It's, what is the one tactic, tip, technique that you could use to drive some revenue close to immediately? Now, there are lots of them, but I'm going to give you the one that I want you to execute before you do anything else, before you try any of the other stuff I'm going to teach you over the coming years. One tool, technique, tactic every single day in right around 10 or so minutes. So I call this one hidden marketing assets. There has never been a time that I've walked into a business, and when I say walk, whether physically, virtually, talk to, I've never analyzed a business where there isn't some low-hanging fruit that you're completely oblivious to. Like, it's there and you just can't see it is half the time. The other half the time, candidly, is you don't do anything with it. It's there, you know what you have to do. You do not do the work that is required. You just don't do it. Well, I know that I should send an email to my database that I haven't sent in 2 years. I know I should do that. Probably will drive some customers. But you move to something else. So it's usually 50-50, maybe 60-40. I mean, it varies. Every business that I've looked at has a different story or different reason. But the fact of the matter is, there's always some marketing assets in your business that you can leverage to drive something. So here's what I want you to do for today. I want you to go and find all of your databases that you have of customers and prospects. Now, in a future episode, I'll tell you about CRM and where you can store them. But for now, all that I want you to do is to go and gather them up. And I don't care if you have emails, cell phone numbers, landline numbers, addresses. I need you to go everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I don't mean just open one box in your desk. I want you to look through your desk, look at the stacks of business cards, go into QuickBooks and pull all your customer information. Go to any of your email tools and pull those people. Go to Outlook or Gmail. Where do you have your lists of prospects, customers, referrals, family and friends that may be interested as well in your business? And I need you to gather them in one place. And in this exercise, simply use something like Excel, but you're always going to hear from me cloud-based tools. I am a huge believer in all things cloud, so in this case it would be Google Spreadsheets. You're not having to worry about Control S or Command S and saving things and crashes and I love everything in the cloud. I need you to gather everything up and put it into document form with whatever you have. First name, last name, address, landline, cell phone, email, whatever you have. And I don't care if the list has 4 names or 40,000. But I promise you that you've got people. I used to call this the Fishbowl Formula. That I would go to all these different local conferences, or the Chamber of Commerce would put on these events, or the local business events. And I'd walk around the different booths and they all would have some kind of fishbowl. Drop a business card in, enter to win something, fill this form out, enter to win. And I'm sure you're guilty of this, so as I talk about it, you're pointing at me like, yeah, Michael, I do that. So everyone puts their name in, okay? At the end of the show, you dump those somewhere. Maybe you probably put them in a bag, briefcase, whatever it is. If it's during the show and you're doing a show drawing, you'll probably draw one of the names. And then you'll give that to the organizer. Hey, call this person. They're the winner of whatever you're giving away. Some kind of drawing. What do you do with the rest of those names? So if you bring them home, more often than not, they wind up either in the trash or they wind up sitting in a desk somewhere. And you do nothing with them. You have names of people. I don't care. They don't have to be the hottest of leads. You have some prospects. You have somebody that you got their attention from. Someone that stopped by. You had a conversation potentially. Gather all of this stuff up into a spreadsheet. And then I want you to do one of 4 different things, or a combination of all 4. But I'm going to set the bar low. And I'm going to say do 1. Just 1. All that I want you to do is put together some kind of irresistible offer that you can send. And you're going to either send it through email, text message, physical mail, or a voice broadcast. And we'll talk about that in a second. You could do 1 of the 4, 2 of the 4, 3, or 4 of 4. Whatever you're feeling ambitious to do, but I want you to do 1. Again, we're about momentum, movement, action. We're about hitting singles, not hitting home runs. What we're aiming to do here is drive some cash into your business, drive some momentum, move you in the right direction. If you're a massage therapist, offer 60-minute massage for the price of 30. You're a restaurant, 2 free appetizers. I mean, and not something that you've done before. Spice it up a little bit. Now, yes, there might be some businesses that this is a little bit more challenging to do. Well, if you're a funeral home, for example, you're not going to have an irresistible offer. Maybe it's something where you're doing donations. And for everyone that's either not referring, but liking a Facebook page or something, you're going to make a donation to a charity. Something different, something to get your name back in front of those people that you most likely have been ignoring. Because the name of the game is attention. Attention. We need to get you in front of them. Because I promise you that you're not talking to them enough. Unless you're sending something every single day, it's not enough. So irresistible offer, and then either a text message, and what you do is you load up those cell phone numbers, to a tool like mobilestorm.com, to one of the many tools we use, Trumpia.com. Callfire, I believe, is another one. A couple of different tools. So you load those cell phone numbers up, you type the irresistible offer, respond yes if you're interested. The email, you put a nice header, graphic, but remember that call to action. Tell them what you want them to do. Reply yes, do this, come to my store, call this number. And if you didn't listen to episode 001, listen to the tracking piece, because you want to track this. So you can report back to me and say, Michael, I sent 64 emails, 4 people took me up on the offer, it generated $1,000 in cash. And this is about momentum, getting you in the rhythm of sending more communication. The voice broadcast, you can use a tool like Sly Broadcast, where you can load up an audio message. It'll actually leave them a ringless voicemail. The technology is freaking amazing. Absolutely love it. And then obviously, if you only have addresses, put together something that's going to go to them physically. Irresistible offer, not a boring postcard. If you're always giving 10% off, that's just not going to get her done. Something that's irresistible, completely different. You've got some low-hanging fruit already in your business. Gather all those contacts, gather up the business names, pull everything you've got, LinkedIn, Facebook, emails, business cards, flyers, whatever you got, get it into one place, pick one of those 4, take some action today. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Marketing Above All. Now get out there, make a change, and take some action. And hey, don't forget to leave a 5-star review and tell all your friends this is the greatest marketing podcast ever. 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 We look forward to seeing you here tomorrow.